Today, most networks have so many devices connected to them, it's really easy to forget how many smart devices you run at the office and at home. It's a good idea to run a scan every once in a while to inventory what's connected, and you need to be aware of what programs those devices are running. There are many tools you can use to do this. In this demo, we're going to use Nmap to scan for IoT devices. Let's get started. I'm on my Kali Linux machine here, and I've typed in the Nmap command. It looks very complicated, but typically, if you know what you want to scan for, you can do a search on the web to find out what syntax to enter. Let's break this command down. The first part is obvious. We're using Nmap for the scan. -N says to skip DNS resolution. This will speed up the scan. -P-N will treat all hosts as if they're online. We don't want to skip any. -S, capital U, tells Nmap to do both TCP SYN and UDP scans. -P tells us the range of ports to scan. So does U. Then we have -V for verbosity level and -A to detect the OS inversion, followed by the IP and subnet mask. If this scan weren't for demo purposes, I would leave it as is, start the scan, and perhaps go home for the night and check the results in the morning. But earlier, I did this scan and it took hours to complete. So to speed things up a bit, I'm going to modify it a little. First, I'm going to just scan one device, and I'm going to skip the UDP scan. I'll press enter and let it start scanning. This is still going to take a little bit of time, so I'll pause the recording and let it run. Okay, my scan is complete. Let's scroll up and take a look at a few things. First, I have TCP ports 80 and 9999 open. Remember, I skipped UDP, so there could be more. I'll scroll down, and here you can see that the device is a TP-Link smart plug. Here's something interesting. TCP wrapped. A little research told me that this is a normal response for this device. The device doesn't know why I'm trying to communicate with it, so it's refusing to answer because I have an unauthorized IP address. I know that this device is a smart plug device, but if I didn't know that, I could look up the first 6 values of the MAC address, which identify the manufacturer. The next few lines here tell me that we're running Linux, specifically Linux version 2.6.17. This is information that I might find useful. I can use it to see if there are any vulnerabilities with this version. It looks like this device has been running for 33 days. I have lots of other information here too. So with that scan, I was able to find a lot of information about this device. Again, if this weren't just a demo, I would have done a complete scan of the network, including UDP ports. I would also have dumped this scan into a text file for further analysis and documentation. That's it for this demo. In this demo, we used Nmap to scan our network for Internet of Things devices. We broke down the syntax of our search and explained that a full scan would take hours. We demonstrated a modified scan on one device, and we were able to identify the device and the ports used. We discovered a new term, TCP wrapper, and verified that this was a normal response to a scan for this device.